You seem like a very skilled negotiator, an excellent businessman. How did you keep your cool, and what was the inner workings of that? How did you deal with those two personalities and trying to make that fight happen? It was that easy for Kell Brook to have the fight. It could have been just easy for Mr. Eubank, I'm sure. What was going on?
Probably the most frustrating period of my boxing promotional career. You know, it's. I don't want to have the arrogance when I'm talking to fighters, but sometimes we know what's best. We know when it's a great deal, and that's the most frustrating thing. You sit down with a fighter or a manager or an agent, and I don't mean to be rude, but a lot of these guys, they have no business background. They've just decided one day I'm going to become a boxing manager. That's what you're dealing with in boxing sometimes, and you're trying to explain that this deal is unbelievable. And it's like no, and Eubank was frightening. You know, I mean, you'd sit down and you'd negotiate virtually the whole deal, and we'd sit there around the table with Sky, and you know, he'd say, right, I think we're there, but I'd just like to ask, who is commentating on the fight? And I would say, sorry? He said, who is commentating on the fight? He calls me Edward. I've known him since I was 12 years old. Edward, who is commentating on the fight? And I would say, well, it's obviously Sky. No. He said, Barry McGuigan must commentate on the fight. And I said, why? He said, because when I beat Nigel Benn, Barry McGuigan was commentating. And I said, what's that got to do with it? He said, because this is important. This is the Eubank Warriors Code. You know, so, and it's literally, you know, you get in situations like that and you're thinking, are you being serious? But little things, you know, and in the end, people sometimes think that, you know, so I turn around and say, you've got till 5 o'clock to sign this fight. I'm not messing around. You don't understand. You don't understand. I'm not messing around. And then 5 o'clock comes, and they haven't signed it. And then that's when we went off and we did the Kell Brook fight. But, you know, sometimes it's very frustrating dealing with people. That's where trust comes into it. You know, where he'll be talking to Tony and he'll be saying, look, you have to trust me on this. This is the perfect fight. This is the perfect deal. So, in answer to your question.
I love the fact that Tony's now crying. I mean, this is